Hello, all my little indigos. It's the Indigo Soul Revelations. And I don't know about you guys, but last night was a rough night for me. I felt like the effects that we thought the eclipse would have were delayed to last night because I was having all of these downloads last night and went to bed early, woke up at 2 in the morning, couldn't go back to sleep till 5, and all of these messages were just flooding through. So the messages I was getting have a lot to do with really difficult topics. So we'll see if that comes through in the reading or not. I was awoken by the animals last night, and then I couldn't go back to sleep, and I kept just feeling messages. Third eye kept pulsating, and the messages I was getting even before I laid down was, it's time to talk about trauma. That's a really difficult subject for me to talk about because I have experienced that myself, and so it's a really difficult topic to discuss. It's also not a pleasant topic to discuss, but it needs to be discussed, of course. And then topics that relate to trauma, about how that integrates with your life, the different levels of trauma. Everyone's trauma is different, and maybe someone experiences one thing and someone else experiences a different type of trauma that they feel is way more difficult than what someone else experienced, and doesn't understand why that person is struggling, because to this person who had this major situation versus this other person, there's a disconnect. So one of the messages is, trauma is trauma. Doesn't matter what level it is or how difficult it was, and it impacts people in all sorts of ways. And for some people, it is debilitating and can change the whole course of their life if they allow it and don't deal with it. Okay, so there's that message. Also messages about unworthiness, depression, alcoholism, substance abuse, addictions of all types that result from abuse, neglect, abandonment, trauma, that those things are unfortunately a byproduct of what we went through, and show up in a wide variety of ways in our life. And to not feel like you failed because maybe you had those byproducts occur in your life. So gambling, heavy drinking, sex addiction, difficulty with intimate relationships, unable to keep a job. It's all okay that those things happened. Okay, so the message is that it was all meant for a higher purpose, even though at the time, or even if you're going through it right now, it feels unnerving, you failed, so sad, it makes me so sad. These are the messages I was getting yesterday. That you just feel like you can't go on. Some people out there right now going through this lunar eclipse, and these two eclipses and everything that's happening right now energetically, are having these feelings of can't move, can't, don't want to live anymore type of thoughts. And I'm just here to say that you're not alone. You're never alone. Let's start there. There are a lot of resources out there for you. And to just reach out, find that support system And if you don't feel like you have one, there's a lot of resources online. Even through YouTube, you can watch a lot of different resources that can help you through whatever you might be going through. Don't give up. Don't give up, because this is just a moment. Every trial and tribulation that we have is actually a lesson. And I believe there are no mistakes. That, yes, maybe you've done some things that you wish you hadn't done, but there was a higher purpose for that. And the goal was, did you learn from it? And did you change? And did you grow? And did you level up from that experience, or did you stay in it? And if you stayed in it, now's the time to let it go and move on, okay? Like, now's the time to address the skeletons in the closet, the monsters under the bed, and name a spade, and say, okay, I know what that is. I know that I did that. I accept that. Why did I do that? Really ask yourself, why did you do that? And then decide to do differently. And one day at a time, baby steps. I'm not saying like change your whole world or leave everything behind. I'm just saying everything is for a reason. And we all experience these things so that we can learn a lesson and to grow. So, I am going to also link in the description box another reader that I listened to last night, and she said it better, I think, than I did. I'm probably not going to go into as much detail. It just depends on like what Spirit gives me today about what we're going to talk about, because I don't know. We're going to see. And her name is Surrender to the Flow. I'm going to link her page below. Her name's Denise. She, in my opinion, very interesting person. Love her readings, and like, she talks about the hard stuff, and she really talked about what I was feeling last night, about how it's time to start talking about trauma and our issues, and not talk about rainbows and sunshine all the time, because that's not reality, right? Like, we go through these things so that we can grow. Okay. Woo! All right. So let's see where we're going today. I'm going to start with Sacred Traveler Oracle. I need a drink of water on that. And see what comes out. All right. And I don't think I did a very good job with introducing myself. My name's Charmaine. This channel is Indigo Soul Revelations. If this message doesn't resonate with you, please check out any of my other messages and see if they do. One more shuffle, they're saying. And I am on TikTok, Instagram as well. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment as well. I'm trying to grow this page, so I would love as much support as possible. And let's see where we're going today. What messages are we going to talk about today? Spirit for the collective. Ascending the mountain. Keep going forward. Yes. Okay. We're probably going to have a deep conversation today. Ascending the mountain. Keep moving forward. That's the message I'm getting to, is like, listen, this is super hard right now, but if you want to get to the top of the mountain, you got to keep going. I'm not saying don't take breaks. Don't sleep. Don't take some water breaks and eat and nourish your soul. But you got to keep going. Don't give up. Okay? Get a lot of throat chakra stuff too, because this is a hard topic for me. So if I clear my throat a lot, that's what's going on. Thank you, Spirit. First light, beginning a new cycle. Yes. It's time to begin a new cycle. It's time to let go of the old stories that we've been telling ourselves. Those trauma cycle stories where we're not good enough, we're not lovable, nobody ever wants us, we're a bad person, we're never going to get out of this, we're stuck. It's time to let go of those narratives and that negative self-talk. I'm a product of my parents. It's time, right? Like right now, we're breaking ancestral patterns. Like maybe you have a family that has a long-standing alcohol addiction. Guess what? We're breaking those patterns now. We're not going to fall into those patterns and repeat those cycles. We're going to ascend and move forward and break that. Thank you, Spirit. And faraway places, get ready for new horizons. Yes, we're absolutely moving forward, new horizons. Like we're breaking barriers, guys, breaking them. And it's time to look at things differently. It's time to see ourselves differently, and time to really like use that strength within us to become the people that we know that we can be. All right. We'll see maybe towards the end if Spirit wants me to read any of those. Let's keep going. Now I'm just going to do a quick energy check and see where we're at. This is the Psychic Tarot, and see what messages come through on the collective energy to kind of just level set to see where we're at right now energetically. I'm getting just a lot. It's like all over the place. I did a little mini reading on TikTok last night, and the energy was everywhere. It was like abundance, love, and what was the other? Abundance, love, and like feeling not worthy. So I was like, woo! And some of us are experiencing all of those things at once. So I can imagine that we're going through it. Okay. And I put this music on because I was listening to last night. I was like, oh, this is so helpful. I'll put this in the description as well. It's Sanctuary. It's Tibetan Healing Relaxation Music by Eternal Depth. So really loving it. Bringing me some zen and grounding. Definitely have needed it. All right. Let's see where we're going to go. Energetically right now, where are we at collectively? Thought about turning, we'll see. We got material and spiritual prosperity, so that's good. Either we have attained it or we are working on obtaining material and spiritual prosperity. Wisdom. Yep, we're gaining a lot of wisdom. We are researching, we are going within, we're meditating, we're seeking out spiritual teachers. Some of us are just going to church or listening to things online, reading books, meditating, yoga, nature walks, gaining that inner wisdom. Thank you. Emotional withdrawal. Yep. Some of us are really going within to talk about all of, like, with ourselves and with spirit, and with our oneness about how do we move forward? How do we ascend the mountain so that we can get these new beginnings and get as far away from where we've been? All right. Thank you, Spirit, for this message. Oh yeah, and the bottom is what's in your subconscious, fulfillment of wishes. That's right. We want to fulfill our wish, whatever that is, for love, happiness, abundance, tranquility, peace. Put that here on the bottom, and underneath that, spiritual strength. Absolutely. Okay. All right. All right, I'm going to use Spellcaster's Tarot real quick, and we're just going to start with, what message are we getting from Spirit right now, from the collective, that can help us on this journey. All right, one more shuffle. Thank you guys for taking time out to watch this reading. I really appreciate it. And for sharing your energy with me and for trusting me. All right, Spirit, what messages? What is the message you want to deliver today? Thank you. Nine of Wands. So Nine of Wands is, you've been through the battle. The 9 wands represent the 9 struggles that you've been through, and that you have waged the war. Usually it is the wounded warrior. And 9 of Wands talks all about, hold on. Sorry, they're trying to tell me what to say. 9 of Wands is perseverance. You have won the war. You have won the battle. You are leaving behind everything that no longer serves you. You are prepared to move forward now because you have learned all of the lessons. In this depiction, though, they're holding themselves back a little bit. That's not normally the traditional view, but in this deck, she's holding herself back behind these 9 of Wands. So that's that stuck energy that I'm getting about, like, feeling like you're defeated, but you're not. It actually was building strength within you so you can move forward. Don't put yourself behind these bars and hold yourself back. You're actually way ahead of where you think you are. Okay? Use the wisdom that you've received from these trials and tribulations to propel yourself forward, because you are protected. Okay? All right. Spirit, why is this message important right now? Why is this? Thank you. Hierophant. There's a reordering to the system right now. Hierophant is traditions, kind of a reordering, rebalancing of the system, finally doing things in the right way. Universal law, not earthly law, universal law, which talks all about doing everything with love and bowing down to that. That's what's really important. That's why this is all happening right now. Is it's time to reset the path and to change the way that we've been doing things. How are your spirit guides helping you right now? Okay. Okay. 5 of Pentacles, you're feeling super lonely. You're feeling left out in the cold. You feel like someone just shut the door on you and punched you in the heart. You feel like everyone's against you. You feel like you're against you. You feel like you can't move on. You feel abandoned. And what they're trying to tell you is Ace of Pentacles. There's a brand new grounded beginning just on the other side of the door. And you're missing it. They're trying to open the door for you. They're trying to offer you a new beginning, a new grounded start. And they're asking you to pull yourself out of this 5 of Pentacles. In this depiction, this dog is like chasing after these 2 women. And gosh, I got that silly dog in this neighborhood. It keeps reminding me of that. It's like people are so afraid of what's happening that they are lashing out at one another and being aggressive and or just walking away from people and leaving them because they don't want to deal with what is going on. Instead, they want to be they want to stay in their stuckness. They want to stay in this abandonment place, this sad, lonely place that we are putting ourselves in, when we're being offered a brand new opportunity to have a fresh start and to move in a new direction that's going to bring us love, happiness, joy, trust, friendship, unity. Okay, that's the message that, and that's how they're helping you. And you probably you're noticing this in your daily life. People are coming to you. People are reaching out to you. You're probably hearing from some people you hadn't heard from in a long time. Or you're just seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities, repeating numbers, things you see on TV, things you see on social media, just random things you see when you're driving, when you're at the grocery store, just things that kind of start sticking out to you. You'll start to notice that that is Spirit sending you a message, that there are new opportunities and new beginnings for you. You just have to see them and come to terms with them. Okay? What action does Spirit want you to take? And what's your advice? Thank you. Page of Cups. So Page of Cups is a message of love. It's a message, to listen to the messages of love about this new offer. What else, Spirit? What other advice do you have? Thank you. Star. Start healing. Start moving towards your wish fulfillment. Fulfillment of wishes and spiritual strength. Harness your spiritual strength, whatever that is. Whatever religion you are or not, whatever inner strength you have, it's time to harness that strength so that you can start to move on and move in a new direction. Okay, I'm going to have to pause you and come right back. Okay, I'm back. Thanks for holding for a second. Okay, so back to our what actions you need to take, or what advice you have from Spirit. So listen to those that are authentically offering you a cup of love, and to balance yourself. See the balancing of the water there and your emotions, and to move towards your wish fulfillment. You are loved. That's really the biggest message, is that you are loved. You are universal love. You are loved by others, and that you were put on this earth for a divine purpose, and to not forget that. Okay. Let's see if there's any other actions from Spirit or advice from Spirit, and then we'll see what oracle cards they want us to pull. Any other advice, please, for Spirit for this reading? Oh, okay, one more time, just to double check. Thank you. 5 of Swords. Yeah, you're feeling defeated. You're like trying to hold on to this last little bit of fire that's holding you back. And you're like, I'm going to win this. Like, I'm going to win against all odds, and I'm not going to let this situation hold me back, or these situations, or these actions, or this abandonment, or this past, or this trauma hold me back. I'm gonna win at all costs, and to like forge your way forward. Like, these wolves keep coming at you in your mind, and you just have to keep fighting against them, and to hold your ground, to say, you know, I know the truth. The 2 swords there is, I know the truth. You may be avoiding the truth a little bit about what that is, and the wolves are coming towards you because they want your fire. Don't let them take that fire from you. Don't let them take that passion from you. Don't give in to that energy, because you know the truth. You just need to come to terms with the truth, and it will set you free. The truth is you are loved. The truth is everyone has situations in their life that they're not proud of, or actions that they've done that they're not proud of. Guess what? Happens to everyone. Learn from those things and move on, and decide, how is it going to make me better, and how am I going to live in the light? That is really the message here. Let me see one more, if anything, on advice. Anything? Thank you. Three of Swords. Yeah, you're heartbroken. You're so heartbroken. But look underneath the heartbreak, the light. It's like you had to be broken to see the light finally. To release this heartbreak, to take those swords out of your heart and to move towards the light. That is the advice, is to go towards your wish fulfillment. To figure out, what is that? What is my divine purpose? So, if you don't know what your North Node is, I would look it up, because that is what your divine purpose is in this world and why you're here. Like, for instance, I'll tell you, my North Node is in Gemini. I'm a Cancer Sun, Scorpio Moon, super watery. And then my North Node is in Gemini, and then it's in Gemini in the 9th house, which is about like communicating, sharing knowledge with others, and breaking down barriers, like breaking down societal barriers about how things were, and shedding light and truth onto things. Just because you may have done something doesn't mean that needs to define your whole life. People go through phases in their life, and there is forgiveness, there is love, there is truth. And moving towards that light and living in the light is all that matters. And I think I've said this a million times. In the end, when you leave this life, the only thing that really matters is, did you give and receive love? And were you the best self, higher self that you could have been? Like, did you leave people better than you found them? Did you leave this earth better than you found yourself? That's what's important. Did you live in the light? Okay. Woo! All right. Yep. And then bottom of the deck, we've got 6 of Swords, is that you're being led out of the choppy waters. Like, we've got you. Like, Spirit's got you. You've got yourself. You are leading yourself to calmer waters. You are moving in a new direction where you will have healing and love and light and abundance. Yeah. Love that. Okay. Listening, see which deck do they want me to use? Okay, so I got a new deck. So if you don't know anything about Saint Germain, he's been coming through super loud to me lately. And I got these new cards. It's called the Palladian Wisdom Oracle cards. And it brings wisdom from the stars. Really love these cards. Let's see what messages they have for us. These cards are really big and hard to shuffle. So let's see what guidance they have for us for this reading. Anyway, Saint Germain has historically had a lot of personas. Like, some people say that he was, let's see, I'm probably going to mess this up because I'm still learning a lot about him, but he has a lot of different personas. And if you've ever heard about like the purple flame of light, and surrounding yourself with a purple flame of light, that it's really healing, a lot of healing. He helps to heal others, and yeah, look him up. It's really interesting. I'm totally not going to give you any of the right information about him right now, and but just been learning a lot about him, and clearly I can't remember any of it right now. So, but let's see what Spirit has to say. Ooh, coming right out. Nature, regeneration. Spend time in nature to rest, replenish, and regenerate. Yes, time for grounding, especially since we just have this full moon in Taurus, which is a earth energy and all about home and comforts and grounding and finding like what's really important to you. It's all about like going within and getting grounded and being out in nature and releasing all the technology. You know, go out and just listen. Sit in the grass, put your feet in the grass, walk in nature, find whatever that is, sit in nature, and rebalance and reground yourself. Evolution, perception. Change your perception to create a positive solution to the problem at hand. I think this is what we've been talking about the whole time. Is you've got to, sorry, this glare is probably hard. You've got to change your perception. It's time to think about this differently. If you want to keep going up this mountain and reach this wish fulfillment, you've got to change your perception about this situation. Whatever it is, whatever trauma it is, whatever abandonment is, whatever action maybe you've taken because of that, you've got to change your perception about it and release yourself from these chains. Okay? You may read that card. Let's see. And one more, please. These cards are hard. One more, please, Spirit. Thank you. Evolution, the now present. Always stay present with what is happening around you. Make your choice in the power of the present moment. Amen. Because all that really is right now. What happened in the past and what's going to happen in the future is irrelevant. All of that doesn't matter in the here and now. Okay? Being present is really important because sometimes a lot of our fears are because of what has happened in the past or what we think is going to happen in the future. I am a walking example of letting that get in my way because I personally have a lot of trauma, which caused a lot of emotional issues, specifically with abandonment. And so I let all of that stuff in my mind dictate my here and now because I'm so worried that the past is going to represent the present and the future that I was like holding on to all of this stuff thinking, please don't leave me, or please don't, abandon me or whatever, when guess what? You're never alone. You have yourself. You have Spirit. You are divine love. And if you remember that and that you are worthy, that none of that ever matters. The right people will be in your life for the right reasons. And becoming one and whole with yourself is the most important. And loving yourself is the most important. And then as you love yourself and heal yourself, others heal. It's amazing how that works, okay? So let's read this evolution perception. And maybe we'll read the here and now as well. Evolution perception, number 9. Okay. Change your perception to create a positive solution to the problem at hand. Worrying or talking about a problem will never change it. Your negative and judgmental perceptions are always colored by your previous experiences and a desire for things to be other than what they are. Positive perceptions come from recognizing the problem acknowledging it, and working to change your thoughts that are based on previous experiences or bad training. You can never utilize old perceptions or attitudes in the new energy of the present moment. Evolution requires that you release your belief about how things are or how they should be and realize that your perception dictates how you feel about everything. Perception is perception is everything. I'm sure you've heard that a million times. Choose to see things from an accurate, positive point of view to resolve any challenges or impediments for a more harmonious and balanced life. You bring more harmony into your life when you make positive changes as necessary and create positive, accurate perceptions of any situation. Yes. Whew. Yes. All right, evolution number 4. All right. Always stay present with what is happening around you. Make your choices in the power of the present moment. I'm not saying like don't make future plans, like don't plan a vacation or don't, don't like plan for the future. That is not at all what I'm saying or what Spirit is saying. You should have plans for the future, but you should also be open to those plans changing because everything is fluid and being in the flow. So let's say you want to go to the beach this coming summer. Well, maybe things change and you end up going to the mountains instead. Is it that bad? Really? Not really. It's going to be fine. Everything changes for a reason. There's a divine purpose why you didn't go to the beach. Maybe a hurricane came and that's why you ended up going to the mountains. Right? All right. You hold the power to change whatever is happening in your life by staying in the present moment. The past and the future are illusions that are not real because they are not relevant to what is occurring now. Focusing on the past or future takes your attention away from the now moment. The past is gone and the future has not yet been created. The energy of each moment is different, and relying upon the past or the future to make a choice is based on energies that have already passed or have not yet occurred. You make your best choices by using your power to choose consciously, moment by moment. Work with the energies in the present moment. You need to concentrate on what is happening now within you and all around you. Recognize that the present moment provides the foundational energy for every choice you make to create the future you desire. Exactly. So every choice you make right now determines the future. So if you live in the light and you live in positivity and you clean slate it, wipe away all of the past BS and start looking at the present and where you're at and building that up and taking every day another step towards your wish fulfillment, whatever that might be, the future changes and evolves into a more positive, light-filled energy as well. So, heavy message, guys. Heavy message. So I just want to let you guys know that I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching this channel. I am going to link the music and the other reader, Surrender to the Flow, in the description box. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am sending you so much love. I have been there. I'm going through it. I feel you. Don't ever hesitate to reach out if you feel like you need help. There are support lines out there and support within yourself and within the spiritual community that can help you if you really feel like you're struggling, or in this 5 of Swords energy, or in this 5 of Pentacles where you just feel like you're left out in the cold. It's time to shed the old skin, okay, and really move forward in the light and to live in the here and now, to change our perception. And the best way to do that is to get out in nature and just listen to your heart. With that, I leave you with all the blessings, love and light. Thank